Life of Zoey. Who is Zoey, you might ask? Zoey is one of the most loving creatures in the world. Today, I wanted to celebrate her life by telling you more about her and how she became a big impact in my life. I can still remember the day that we adopted Zoey. It was a cold December in 2014. Our family decided right after Christmas, to adopt a dog. My youngest son, Brian, really wanted a dog. So we hauled our family of four to the nearest adoption center, and we went to the nearest PetSmart in Sacramento and saw this cute little terrier who stole our hearts. It was then that we knew that we had found our first pet, Zoey. We were so jammy that we have her now as part of our family. Let me share some of my memories of Zoey. I can still first I can still remember her first bath. Since she was our first dog, we really didn't know much about giving dogs a shower. But what I noticed about her is that she was not a big fan of baths. She would always hide underneath tables and chairs to avoid taking a shower. She would always play a game of hide and seek when it's time to do a shower. Since she was black in color, she was very good at looking for spots in the houses that she can hide in. Zoey loves to be in our company. She was my shadow. She would often be the first dog to hear the drop of a goldfish as it hits our wooden floors. She would zoom her way into the kitchen and make sure that she's the first one that grabs that unexpected snack. Walks were the most fun with Zoey. She enjoyed being outside and she enjoyed walking with me. She was my walking buddy. She was the most attentive dog, too. Her sense of smell and her sense of hearing was unparalleled. She almost looks like she has two radars on her head because she's the first dog that hears other dogs in the neighborhood, and she would be the first dog to hear the FedEx truck coming around the corner. So let me tell you about a story that when the day that the day that my life stood still. While I was walking both my dogs, Max and Zoey, around our neighborhood one chilly morning, one of our neighborhood's garage doors suddenly opens. We were three houses down the street when a big pit bull, about the height of my waist, came running towards me and my dogs. My dogs started barking and we started running away. But the pit bull was too fast. The pit bull grabbed Zoey by the mouth and just started thrashing her like a rag doll. My adrenaline was pumping, and I pulled the pit bull's collar out and then pulled the pit bull's collar so hard that it actually yanked Zoey out of his mouth. Zoey ran away in pain, and we rushed her to the nearest hospital. They had to do an emergency surgery to stitch up two of her wounds, as you can see in this picture. She did make a full recovery, but the first few weeks of walking her outside was challenging. Every garage door that opened was triggering for me and for Zoey. One of my most treasured memories with Zoey are the times she would sit in my lap while I do my paintings. Zoey loves to be part of everything that I do, be it painting, eating, cooking, exercising, or walking. Because of my love of painting, I decided to paint both my dogs, Max and Zoey. And this is a painting that I did last year. This image of Zoey is one of my favorites. I took this picture in our living room. She is lying on my recliner with her eyes and ears at attention. I often say that she looks like baby Yoda in this picture because of her pointy ears. One of the things I miss most about Zoey is her spot on my lap. She would always sit on my lap, specifically my left thigh. She loved being close to me, and she enjoyed relaxing and watch TV with me. Difficult as it may seem, I also need to talk about the day that we had to say goodbye. Zoe was diagnosed with lymphoma, a very common type of cancer that affects the lymph nodes. We noticed that she started to lose weight despite her normal diet. We had to let her go on November 20, 2023. It was so difficult to see her suffer, but it's more difficult to let her go. Our entire family was devastated, but our entire family was also there when we had to say goodbye. Despite the pain of losing her, we knew that she would be crossing over the Rainbow Bridge and she will be there wagging her tail, waiting for us when our time comes. Thank you.